Hey, what's up? Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss my all-time favorite musical, no doubt, no contest, The Wedding Singer. This came out in 2006. It debuted on Broadway April 2006, and it closed on New Year's Eve 2006. So it only had an 8-month run. That was it. The preview started, January, February of 06. I have the original cast recording. Look how beat to hell this is. I've played this so many times in the last 14 years. I have an original shirt from the show. I have a magnet from the show. You can't find these anymore. I got a playbill and a ticket stub somewhere, but I did a production of this in 09, and I had to rewatch it because I haven't seen it in a long time. I haven't seen the whole thing. It's a 2-hour long production, and I wanted to watch it to refresh my memory, because so many times when you listen to a soundtrack of the original Broadway cast, a lot of like the tiny songs like thrown in of like musical interlude is not on the recording. And I was right. There's some small little songs in the show which aren't on the recording. So what's the difference between Wedding Singer the film and Wedding Singer the musical? Little differences here and there. So Rosie in the movie is Robbie's neighbor. He gives her singing lessons. Rosie in the show is Robbie's grandma. He gives her singing lessons. Robbie in the movie lives with his sister in her basement and her brother-in-law and their 2 kids. Robbie lives in the show in his grandma's basement. His sister, brother-in-law, 2 nephews are not a part of the show. Sammy in the movie is the limo driver, Robbie's best friend. They all work at the same catering hall as Holly, Julia, and the 4 of them together. In the movie, George as well. In the movie, Sammy is still Robbie's best friend, but he is a part of the band that Robbie and George are in. He's not a limo driver. Sammy still likes Holly in both film and show, totally fine. In the show, they changed Glenn's name to Guglia, Guglia, but it's never actually referenced. And I remember specifically, we always kept it as a silent G to keep it Julia Guglia, not Julia Guglia. But in the playbill and in anything that you look online of the differences, you'll see it. The spelling has changed a little bit. What else? The big thing at the end of the film is Robbie gets on an airplane to Vegas, meets Billy Idol, sings, "I want to make you smile whenever you're sad, carry you around when your arthritis is bad. Well, all I want to do is grow old with you." Right? And then in the show, he sings the same song, but Glenn, Julia, Robbie, all the impersonators get to Vegas, and they stop the wedding in Vegas. So it's a little not a musical on an airplane. It's musical in a wedding chapel that looks like the White House, because Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan impersonator are the ones performing the ceremony. So I love this musical. It's the same. It's the same basic plot of the movie. Robbie likes Julia. Julia is marrying Glenn. Holly likes Robbie at some point, but then Holly winds up with Sammy, and the whole "we'll be single" scene in the bar is absolutely hysterical. There's a lot of direct movie quotes in the show, but it's just so fun, and it's very energetic, and it's very entertaining, and I absolutely loved putting on this show, like rehearsing with these friends. And there's an age-old saying, some friends are there for a season, some friends are there for a reason, some friends are there forever, some friends are there depending on the weather. It's something fortune cookie like that, right? And let me tell you, these were definitely seasoned friends. We had the time of our lives in that given moment. And then once that like summer kind of fizzled away, we all kind of split. It is what it is. You happen. You get these best friends for that moment, and then the show is done, and life goes on. It's a thing. Yeah, like this was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun to watch. I saw it with my family. We were in an orchestra seating below a gigantic pink mirror ball. It had these neon lights everywhere. It was just a fun neon-filled set. It was so entertaining, and I still don't know why it didn't do so well on Broadway. Now that I'm much older, I read different reviews, and a lot of people had issues with how like cliche of an 80s thing it was. It was too forced. But, like, I still don't get it. Like, that's the point of having the impersonators. That's the point of having all these things. Like, again, I'm biased because I have a lot of great memories performing this. So, my all-time favorite memory of rehearsing anything, whether it was a show, whether it was a movie, whether it was a TV show, anything I've ever been a part of, my all-time favorite memory of a rehearsal is it was extremely cold. We had put this performance on February 2009 at one of the local theaters. I was getting paid for it. It was very exciting. And I want to say November 2008, one of those time periods. The guys were together to rehearse the song "Single." We'll Be Single, which is when all the single guys are singing at the bar and Robbie just got his heart broken, things like that. I played the bartender Ricky, so I'm like passing fake drinks out, all these things. And the guy who played Sammy, we all had sheet music. This is one of the first early rehearsals, right? So we're reading the sheet music, and in front of him it says, "Trust me," right? That's the lyric. Trust me. But for some reason, he's getting the song, and like he's going and we'll be single, right? Keep going and going, and come the trust me part, he screams, "Trumpet," and like we all died of laughter. That was the first time I remember holding my stomach, gasping for air. I could not breathe. I just fell to the ground in the middle of this auditorium, in this whole theater. Just fell to the ground in between the aisles, gasping for air, and everybody could not breathe because this kid could not. We were all like anywhere from 13 to 24. It was a wide range of people in this cast. I was 18 at the time. It was just absolutely hysterical. And then the director, she just could not stop laughing, and she gave permission that we were allowed to keep that in the show. And it's funny watching it back. Here we are 11 years later, and we actually had a hand gesture to it. Like, this kid literally goes, "Trumpet," and all of us go like this. And if you're watching, you have no idea why they're singing trumpet, and then all of a sudden the trumpet actually does play in the song. It was trumpet, just remember. So much fun. But yeah, I need there to be a movie version of The Wedding Singer musical. I know Hairspray is a prime example of that. Hairspray was a film in the 80s, then it was turned into a musical in 2002, then it was turned into a movie musical in 2007, and then it went back to TV as a live TV musical in 2018, something like that. I know Mean Girls is currently doing that. Mean Girls was technically a book, then it was a movie, now it's a musical. Obsessed with the Mean Girls musical. Absolutely love it. I don't have a shirt from that. I need to get one. And then it's currently in production as a movie musical. Tina Fey is attached to all of it. I'm so excited. So I was mentioning in my last review of the Wedding Singer film that this is one of my all-time favorite musicals. That it's the most fun I've had watching a show. Now I'm just trying to reminisce on like the most fun I've had in an auditorium watching a musical, Broadway-wise. Wedding Singer, hands down, immediately. SpongeBob, hysterical. Legally Blonde, hysterical. Mean Girls, absolutely hysterical. Perfect. Hairspray, I loved watching Hairspray. Took me by surprise. Of course, Wicked, without a doubt. Little Shop of Horrors was absolutely incredible. And then you got other fluffy stuff here and there. I hated Frozen. Aladdin was okay. I loved Beauty and the Beast. Does that count? Sure, that still counts. But then like little things, like Fiddler on the Roof and like Altar Boys. That's technically off Broadway, but still, like I loved watching Altar Boys. I have nothing to do with religious connotations now, but it's still an incredible soundtrack and still an incredible show. So I think that's my thing. I don't like going to see a show like if it's a drama, because life is dramatic enough. Life is sad enough. If I'm going to break away and into a fictitious land, I need to be entertained and laugh, to leave the worries behind, leave the woes away, right? So that was the benefit of Wedding Singer. Even though it's a depressing, movie. It's a fun show. It's just so much fun. Like, you can tell all the actors and actresses have fun performing it. So shout out to my past, acting buddy days of performing live on the local Long Island stages. Those memories will be with me forever. It was always a grand time. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite t-shirts. I never wear it because I'm too afraid to wear it. So it felt appropriate to bring out the Wedding Singer t-shirt to review the Wedding Singer musical, as well as the Wedding Singer movie. And then our next review is going to be a little surprise, which I've never done before. So I'm very excited to talk about that. But I'm going to hold up my merch and smile at the camera. And that's it. It's my little nerdy thing of the day. Being a Greek, a thespian, as if you will, it has always been very entertaining. There's never a dull moment when you're acting. Without it, never a dull moment. Every day is different. You might be reading the same lines over and over again until you memorize them, but every day was different. I miss it so much. I really do. And that's it. So when it's your wedding day and the music starts to play, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Mucho mahalo.